It was a crisp Tuesday morning in March. The kind where the Ohio sun peeks through just enough to fool you into thinking spring's arrived. I was hunched over my desk at Apex Creative, a mid-sized ad agency in downtown Columbus, tweaking a logo for a local coffee chain when my phone buzzed with a notification. My sister, Mia, had tagged me in a Facebook post. My heart did that little skip it always did when she included me in her polished online life, usually just to show her grad school buddies that she had a supportive family. But this wasn't some filtered selfie from a conference. This was a gut punch. There she was, Mia Hayes, 28 and beaming like she'd just won the lottery, posing in front of 512 Oak Ridge Lane, the cozy three-bedroom ranch I'd poured my last dime into buying. Keys dangled from her fingers, her outfit screaming, young professional on the rise, a tailored blazer over skinny jeans, the one she'd splurged on with her latest research stipend. The caption hit me like ice water, dreams unlocked. Officially a homeowner at 28. Mom and Dad, your belief in my potential made this happen. Blessed home sweet home, invest in your future grad life grind. Comments flooded in, goals. Your parents rock. So deserved. Queen. My fork clattered against my salad container in the break room. The world tilted. That house wasn't hers. It was mine. I'd scraped together every penny for the down payment, signed the mortgage papers with shaking hands, all to give our parents stability after years of me footing their rent. And now, just a week after I'd handed them the keys, this? My coworker, Tanya, paused mid-rant about her kids' soccer fees. Emily? You okay? You look like you've seen a ghost. I couldn't speak. My throat closed up. I mumbled something about a migraine and bolted for the parking lot, my mind racing faster than my car toward Oak Ridge Lane. 3 years. That's how long I'd been the family's anchor. The reliable one who never complained. At 32, I'd built a solid gig as a graphic designer at Apex, steady pay, predictable hours, the kind of job that let me pretend I had control over my life. But it started with that phone call from Dad, his voice cracking like old leather. Kiddo, we need to talk. His knee had given out after decades as a factory foreman, landing him on disability that barely covered the basics. Mom's gig at the retail store vanished in a round of layoffs. Their savings? Gone in a blink. Just till we get back on our feet, Mom had begged when I offered to cover their $950 monthly rent on that cramped apartment in the South End. I wired the money without hesitation. Family first, right? But months turned into years. Every paycheck, a chunk vanished into their account. I skipped the promotion at Apex that required travel, couldn't afford the conferences while playing family ATM. I let go of Alex, the sweet accountant I'd dated for 2 years. Because I'm not ready to split rent on a better place yet. Truth was, I couldn't swing it while carrying my parents. And Mia? She was the golden child, sailing through her master's in public relations at Ohio University, posting envy-inducing snaps from networking events in D.C. and New York. You're the rock. And, she'd say during her sporadic visits, I couldn't do this without knowing you're holding things down. Holding things down meant my savings plummeted from $50,000, earmarked for my own future, to scraps. I buried dreams of a freelance studio, of weekends not chained to overtime. But I told myself it was temporary. Blood is thicker than water. Or so they say. Then came the landlord's bombshell, selling the building. 60 days to vacate. Mom's call was pure panic. Emily, we can't find anything affordable. Rents are insane now. Columbus had boomed. Prices skyrocketing. With Dad's spotty disability checks and Mom's unemployment gaps, no one would lease to them without me co-signing and paying. That's when the idea sparked, why bleed money on rent when I could buy? Rates were decent. My credit was spotless from years of fiscal martyrdom. I crunched numbers obsessively, dipping into my rebuilt $18,000 nest egg for a down payment. FHA loan. Tight but doable. Monthly payments? $1,620, less than their old rent plus mine combined. I house hunted in secret. Lunch breaks spent cruising neighborhoods. Evenings glued to Zillow. 512 Oak Ridge Lane was perfect, a 70s split level with good bones. A fenced yard for Dad's therapy walks. And enough space for all of us if needed. The seller. Retiring to Florida. Took my offer quick. Closing was a nightmare, endless paperwork. Appraisals. My boss at Apex eyeing my absences, but I powered through. The day I signed, my hands trembled with a mix of terror and triumph. This was security. No more evictions hanging like a guillotine. That evening, I surprised them. Dad in his worn recliner. Mom fiddling with a puzzle at the table. I dropped the keys with a grin. No more rentals. This is ours. Tears. Hugs. Disbelief. Emily. How? Mom sobbed. Dad pulled me close, ignoring his knee's protest. You're a godsend, kid. Mia zoomed up from Athens that weekend for the move, gushing over the place. This is epic. She claimed the bigger guest room as her crash pad for visits. I took the smallest, content with the view of the maple tree out back. That night on the porch, watching fireflies, a rare peace settled in. I'd done it. Saved us all. 7 days. That's how long the illusion lasted. Back at work. Scrolling during lunch. Mia's post shattered it. Rage boiled slow. Then erupted. I called her voicemail. Mom picked up. Voice too even. Oh, that post? We should talk. Talk? That's my house. Come over after work. Honey. I faked sick. Drove like a fury. Their cars lined the driveway, Mia's Prius with its future PR mogul bumper sticker mocking me. I burst in with my key. They were arranged like a tribunal, parents on the sofa. Mia in the armchair. A folder on the coffee table like a loaded gun. Before you blow up, Dad started. His foreman tone resurfacing. This is for the greater good. Mom slid the papers over. Deed transfer from Emily Hayes to Mia Hayes. Dated 2 days post-closing. We used Attorney Klein, your guy from the purchase. All above board. My vision blurred. Klein? The lawyer I'd paid $2,500 to handle my docs? You turned my own attorney against me? It was a family gift, Mia muttered. Eyes on her lap. Makes sense for taxes. My loans. Your loans? I emptied my savings for this. The mortgage is still mine, I'm liable. But you own it. The betrayal sank in like poison. They'd planned it pre-closing, knowing I'd qualify easiest with my steady job. Mia needed the asset for her big plans, leveraging it for post-grad ventures, proving her worth to investors. You're set. Dad said. Stable job. Good credit. Mia's building something bigger. Mom chimed, nothing changes, you still live here. But everything had. I was the wallet. The credit score. The sacrifice, not the owner. I stormed out. Their pleas echoing. We're family. Yeah. The kind that stabs you in the back. Hotel room that weekend, 53 missed calls. Text pleading, let's explain. Mia's gem, you're overreacting, selfish much? Selfish? After 3 years of my life funneled into them? Monday. I lawyered up at Sterling and Associates. Specialists in fraud and property. Attorney Reyes reviewed the docs. Face grim. Airtight legally, a gift. But unethical as hell. And the fallout? Mia's federal aid. IRS gifts over $18,000 unreported. Dad's disability, none disclosed. Her eyes sharpened. Reported. And the dominoes fall. I hesitated. But the hurt festered. 3 years of skipped dreams. Lost love. Buried ambitions, all for this? I filed IRS Form 3949A that night, detailing the unreported $290,000 gift. Then the Department of Education fraud hotline, attaching Mia's boastful post as proof. Ohio Use Aid Office next. Unreported asset while on full scholarship. State taxes. Property reassessment. Each report a quiet strike back. Not vengeance. I told myself. Justice. Handling things. Like always. The unraveling started Friday. Mia's 19 calls. What did you do? My funding's frozen. I played dumb. Screenshotting her panic. Saturday. Mom, IRS letter for Mia, gift taxes? Did you? Just ensuring compliance. Mom. By Monday. Mia's texts escalated. Owe $52,000 in taxes. How? They're demanding aid repayment. Dad, my benefits under review. Looks like asset hiding. I replied coolly, actions have consequences. Tuesday. Mia's assistantship yanked. No stipend. No income. Property taxes spiked post-transfer review, $3,400 due. Mom, this is cruel. Cruel was stealing my future while I paid your way. Wednesday. IRS penalties piled on $68,000 total. Mia's job offer postgrad? Revoked amid the scandal. Her public post backfired spectacularly. Investigators used it as Exhibit A. Thursday. Full collapse. Mia expelled from her program. 3 years wasted. No thesis defense. Academic black mark. She showed up at my hotel. Wrecked, hair a mess. Eyes raw. Please stop this. I'll give it back. Too late, liens everywhere. She slid down the wall. Broken. My life's over. Welcome to how I felt seeing your post. Friday. IRS filed liens. Foreclosure loomed after I stopped mortgage payments. It's Mia's house, her problem. Dad's benefits revoked. He took a graveyard shift as a warehouse watchman. Knee be damned. Mom bagged groceries. Anxiety meds unaffordable. You destroyed us, she accused. No, you did. With your betrayal. 6 months on. The house auctioned off at a loss $175,000 to an investor. Mia bankrupted. Moved in with Aunt Karen in Cleveland. Slinging coffee for minimum wage. Her story hit local headlines. Grad students' fraud nightmare. Dad and Mom crammed into a dingy studio. Scraping by. Klein? Disbarred after my ethics complaint. Me? I took that Seattle offer at Cascade Designs, double the pay. Puget Sound views. Dating Ryan. A photographer. No family baggage. Last I heard. Mia tried LinkedIn outreach, healing time. Blocked. They gambled I'd stay the doormat. They lost. Family? It's earned. Not owed. And some betrayals demand a reckoning. No matter the cost.